Hotkey Books presents Midnight's Twins, written by Holly Race and read by Billie Fulford-Brown. Stay tuned after the end of the audiobook for an exclusive sample from Holly Race's second audiobook in the City of Nightmares series, A Gathering Midnight, read by Billie Fulford-Brown. The youthful knight could not for aught be stayed, but forth unto the darksome hall he went, and looked in. His glistering armour made a little glooming light, much like a shade. Edmund Spenser, The Fairy Queen. Prologue. August 2005. The street was full of dreams, and some of them were dangerous. Trolls stepped forth from the concrete undercuts of the South Bank and did battle with packs of wildcats. Cockroaches and rats swarmed towards squeamish dreamers. The flourish of a whale spout arched up out of the Thames and over the balustrade, spraying Una in lukewarm river water. What Una feared, though, was not a dream at all. The traitor had tracked her from Trafalgar Square, down to the river and across the flotsam-topped water. She thought she had lost it when she went underground, but now she could feel it nearby. Awareness crawled along her arms and up the back of her neck. Somewhere, it was watching her. She had been stupid going underground, where she didn't have a clear idea of direction. Now she'd made the final leg of her journey even harder. She had to get back to Tower Hill, which meant that she'd need to cross the river once more and approach her portal from the south instead of the north, as she had planned. Well, there was no point in beating herself up about it now. She had panicked when she spotted the traitor. It was as simple as that, and not one knight would have blamed her. Una peered around the corner. Above her, a flock of vultures circled a pair of dreamers. Vultures in this world didn't tend to wait for carrion. They made their own. No, she couldn't help them. She mustn't. She wasn't a knight anymore. Her obligation was to her family now. No, absolutely not. Don't even think about it, Una. Damn it. Snatching a heavy stone from the ground, she broke cover, running in superhuman strides towards the dreamers. Was that a flush of gold beneath the archway to her left, or was her mind playing tricks on her? The scar on her arm, barely visible in ether, but still a fault line of skin and flesh in Annwn, prickled with the memory of its making. If it was the traitor, she had better make this stupid charge worthwhile. She measured her leaps as she drew closer to the dreamers. The vultures were hovering in the gathered lull that precedes an attack. She adjusted her grip on the stone, drew back her arm. Tap, 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 tap. Shit, it was behind her. Bile seeped into her mouth, but she did not falter. The stone hit one of the vultures squarely in the chest, and with a firework boom, the vulture exploded back into Inspire. Una didn't wait to watch. She was already sprinting down the riverbank, away from the clattering gate of the traitor. A raking screech told her that the other vultures had diverted their attention to her as well. Their shadows made whirlwinds on the pavement around her, growing darker and thicker as they descended. One dived, its claws ripping at her hair. She knocked it off and built up speed. Past bicycles, leaping over dreamers and moving cars, faster, faster, away from the golden traitor and the nightmares that accompanied it. A human screamed behind her. She glanced back. The traitor was gaining on her, but though she kept moving, she couldn't help but see the bundle of clothes and hair heaped on the ground behind it. One of the dreamers she had saved from the vultures only seconds ago, cut down just for being in the traitor's path. A rivulet of blood was already winding its way, from the dying body to the churning life of the Thames. Una's terror expelled itself as a throaty cry. She turned and ran, faster than she had ever run before. In this world or the other, leaving the vultures behind but unable to shake that relentless tap-tap of the traitor's claws. Dawn was already breaking, autumnal fingers turning the river to flame and the skyline to shadow. An arctic wind blowing upstream numbed Una's face. With a crack, part of the river iced over. Dreams formed there, skaters in mufflers, polar bears and penguins. Una's
Sample complete. Ready to continue?